This is the world we're living in now. This is the world of MMA judging. You never know what you're going to get. You really never know what you're going to get. Every time it goes to the scorecards, you're like, well, I think this guy won, but you never know. Like, you really never know. And once again, in a main event spot too, this is like the worst thing that can happen. In recent memory, the worst robbery you would say is Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon. I thought Jared Gordon won that fight. And Paddy won it unanimous decision all across the board. This one might be worse, honestly. Kai Kara-France, I feel bad for the kid, man. He's coming off the loss in the interim championship, and then he's in a spot against Amir Albazi, who hasn't fought anybody really, and he's taken a fight against a guy ranked below him, wins the fight on nearly everybody's scorecards except the 2 out of the 3 guys that really mattered. Chris Lee scores at 48-47. Sal D'Amato scores at 48-47 for Amir Albazi. He wins by split decision. I don't understand this, man. I will read to you word for word how I scored it live. I was in the Discord, in the Double Leg Premium. Shameless plug. Link will be down in the description to get that. But this is my live scoring of the fight. 10-9 Kai, round 1. Round 2, closer round, but I'd still go 10-9 Kai. So 20-18 after round 2. Round 3, good end of the round for Kai when he's on top with those elbows. But that's probably still 10-9 Albazi. He had his back, got his only takedown of the fight in that round, and then threatened with the submission. That's an Albazi round. 29-28 going into the 4th. 10-9 Kai in the 4th, easily. I said Albazi's not doing much. And then round 5, I said 39-37, in my opinion, going into round 5. Could be 2-2. So it's pretty much, whoever takes this round probably solidifies the win. And Kai, I think, clearly won. And then we go to the judge's decision. I think it's in the books. We're cashing our ticket. And we're gonna go into the next week coming off a win, no big deal. And then we go to the judge's decision, and Bruce Buffer reads it. I recorded my live reaction. I'll play it right here. Never a doubt, Kai. Bring us home, baby.
Mike Bell scores the contest. 48-47, Ross.
Oh, split? What the fuck?
48-47, Albazi.
What?
And Chris Lee has the contest.
What?
48-47.
Come on.
Winner by
Come on.
decision, Amir.
No way! No, bro. Yeah, that was my reaction. I literally thought this was in the bag. I thought it was in the bag 100%. And I want to make this clear. I understand that I'm biased because I'm a bettor. And I had a bet on Kai Kara-France. So I understand that I can be biased. And that's why I have to look around. I have to ask around. I have to look at what people are saying. And I haven't seen anybody other than Bilal Muhammad saying that Amir Albazi won that fight. I literally, anywhere on Twitter, anywhere on Instagram, anywhere on my Discord, in my live stream, I had people in my live stream telling me that they bet on Amir Albazi and they said there's no way he won that fight. I don't understand it, man. It's really a shame because you're going into these fights and you say, okay, just don't leave it up to the judges. Well, that's not the sport. That's why there's judges. Okay, the judges should be able to get it right, and they should be able to be held accountable for these things because it makes zero sense. And then after the fight, go to the post-fight press conference, and they asked Dana White about it, and he didn't really say much about it. I mean, you could honestly tell when he sat down that he knew he was going to get that question right off the rip, and he was kind of preparing for it. But all he said was it was a close fight. And I'm like, was it a close fight, though? Was it? Like, I don't see how you can watch that fight and be like, yeah, that was a close fight. Maybe round 2 was really the only one that I thought was like a closer round. I think round 1, clear Kai Kara-France. Round 2, I literally said, closer round, but I'd still go Kai. Even if you give round 2 to Amir Albazi, he didn't win another round after that. Amir Albazi only won round 3. You could maybe give him round 2, but rounds 1, 4, and 5, clear for Kai Kara-France. We look at the judges' scorecards. Chris Lee gave Amir Albazi rounds 2, 3, and 4. Now, I already said you could give him round 2. I'm not going to sweat too much about that. But round 4. How are you going to give him round 4? We look at these stats. And in round 4, Kai Kara-France outstruck him 27-5. 27-5. Oh, you'd be like, okay, well, Amir Albazi must have gotten some takedowns, must have got some control time, maybe threatened some submissions. No! 0 for 2 on takedowns. 23 seconds of control time. That's just holding him up against the cage. And Kai Kara-France scored a takedown in that round. Outstruck him 27-5 and scored the only takedown in the round. Round 4 might have been the clearest round of them all. Round 5 was probably up there. Round 1, I thought was clear Kai Kara-France because Amir Albazi landed 6 strikes in the entire first round. And let me get to you why that's a big deal. Because Sal D'Amato, we just went over Chris Lee. Chris Lee scored it rounds 2, 3, and 4 for Amir Albazi. We just explained how round 4 is ludicrous. Sal D'Amato scored it rounds 1, 2, and 3 for Amir Albazi. Round 1? You're going to give round 1 to Amir Albazi? Really? Kai Kara-France doubled him up. 13 strikes landed to Amir Albazi's 6. That's not doing it for me. You'd be like, okay, he must have some takedowns. Must have had a bunch of control time. Maybe threatened a submission. 0 for 1 on takedowns. A minute of control time. We're supposed to be judging off damage here, right? This is what we're supposed to be doing? And you're going to give Amir Albazi the round where he held a guy up against the cage for a minute and then got outstruck twice as much. Makes no sense to me. And even if you want to look at round 2, Kai Kara-France landed 16 significant strikes. Amir Albazi landed 11. And Albazi went 0 for 1 on takedowns, 17 seconds of control time. The fact that 2 of these judges are actually all 3 of these judges gave Albazi round 2 is it's pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. Mike Bell scored the fight. Rounds 1 for Kai Kara-France, 2 and 3 for Albazi, and then 4 and 5 for Kai Kara-France. So 48-47 for Kai. I can live with that. I honestly was thinking 49-46, but again, I'm somewhat biased. I think I'm able to put my bias a little bit to the side in these rounds that are closer and be like, okay, I can understand why you would take the other guy. But in these rounds, 1, 4, and 5, they're not close to me. They're not close at all. Round 2, sure, it's close. It's close. I can live with a judge taking it. Rounds 1, 4, and 5, no. That is just unbelievable. And the fact that 2 out of the 3 judges that really mattered in this couldn't see that either is crazy to me. And I really don't understand how this keeps happening, because this is what happens. We just talk about it. We always come on, the day after, the week after, talk about these shitty judges, and nothing really gets done. And the fact is, we all know these judges' names. Chris Lee, Sal D'Amato, Mike Bell were the 3 in the main event. If you've ever watched MMA, if you watched UFC, those are names you've probably heard of before. And the fact that they can have such a terrible scorecard, it's and then come back. And there's I don't know what they do. Do they do anything behind the scenes to talk to him about it, or be like, all right, we need an explanation on this, or what? And I know they don't have access to these stats, but they're right there. They're right there. They have the best seat in the house. They have a monitor, and they're supposed to be judging off of damage. That's the criteria. And doesn't seem like that's the case. And I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. So I want to hold these guys accountable. That's why I'm making this video. I'm tired of it. I'm as a sports bettor too. I don't know if this is just has become such a popular topic because of sports betting, and people are like so invested in these fights with their financials as well. And then they go to the judges' scorecards and they think they won and they didn't, and they're like, oh my God, this is robbery. I can understand that, but I look at people that don't have money in the fight or had money on the opposite side, and they're like, yeah, that was a terrible decision. That's when you know. That's when you know something's wrong. So that's why I'm speaking up about it. I'm going to be making some more videos like this for the page. We're going to keep pushing them out. I'm big on the short form content on Instagram and TikTok at HIPicks. If you're watching here on YouTube, drop a sub. We're bringing this to you. We're going to go live for UFC 289 for the pay-per-view card as well. We're going to do a watch party. So make sure you're into that. If you want to get in on the double leg premium, link will be down in the description below. That is our betting service and our YouTube page, the double leg on YouTube. We do our full card breakdowns there. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. We're going to keep bringing you the content. HIPicks signing out.